Hey guys, um, so I have a follow-up video to my super crazy vulgar rant. So after I posted it, I had a few people that liked it, a couple comments, nothing serious. But I think a lot of people have kind of gotten to the point where, no one's really, either people aren't paying attention or people are staying away from Facebook. And there's nothing wrong with that. I got a message from a good friend of mine last night, Brady Walsh. Now, Brady is a guy who did a lot of promoting. He booked some gigs. He knows a lot of people in the scene, especially in Ontario, like the GTA kind of thing. He messaged me after he watched the video, and we were talking a little bit, and I said, "Okay, can I quote you on this stuff?" And he said, "Sure, of course." And I'll get into it. So he goes, I just read the actual legal publication of the updated terms of service. They clearly state you can do whatever you want with your own content. That PR statement, many who have been going over, they've been taking small little clips. So I got fooled by clickbait. That PR statement was a shit show. I bought it, and now I'm coming to you, not for an apology, but just to, basically, I did fuck up. Shit happens. I made the mistake, so I'm kind of rectifying it now. So, when they say music listening experience, they're referring to a bootleg Spotify kind of experience, not you sharing your own IP. I said, "Oh, can you send it to me?" Possibly. Because I don't want to, if he didn't want to send it, he didn't have to send it. It just, he could have just said, "No, man, go do your own thing." But, of course, it is a part of their Facebook. Anybody can see it. So then he sent me a screen cap. And it says, Facebook, basically Section 3, Part 1. Permission to use content you create and share. Now, I've been told this before by someone else, but afterwards, when everything popped out, it's like, okay, so too many legitimate sites are sharing this, but it seems like they've cropped out a good chunk of it just for clickbait. So as I said, I get fooled on it. Now, some of the content that you share or upload, such as photos or videos, may be protected by intellectual property laws. You own the intellectual property rights, and then in brackets it says things like copyright or trademarks, parentheses, in any such content that you create and share on Facebook and other Facebook company products you use. Nothing in these terms takes away the rights you have to your own content. You are free to share your content with anyone else wherever you want. However, to provide our services, we need you to give us some legal permissions, known as a license. Now, I'm going to hop out of here, go back to the message. And then he said, basically the update is Facebook pointing a gun at their own nuts and hoping the DMCA doesn't pull the trigger. And I said, so sharing videos from Mastodon, and I just used them as an example, is a no-no? He said, if Mastodon puts the video up and you hit the share button, it's fine. If some random puts up Mastodon content, it gets taken down. Literally all this is Facebook making it clear in no uncertain terms that they won't allow intellectual property theft. In theory, this is a good thing for the public and a massive risk for Facebook. Before now, Facebook was kind of treated like a pseudo-utility company, the same way AT&T doesn't get charged if a crime is committed on their network. Now, due to some new legal precedent and some big labels lobbying for stricter DMCA regulations, Facebook is now liable for copyright infringement on their platform, assuming negligence or insufficient due diligence. I made a comment again, just so that I can clarify this in my own mind. And Brady's a great dude. He has no problem telling me straight up, and he doesn't bullshit. So if I go and copy the link from Sultan's Curse by Mastodon and paste it in a status, it's removed? Depending on the link, yeah. If the link goes to a legit distribution of the intellectual property, then it's licensed and it's fine. This changes things, I said. I may have to take that vid down, which I did remove from my Facebook. Still on my YouTube. Or post a new one. Deleted videos look bad. Well, that makes sense. May I quote your info? Yeah, sure. I'm basically quoting Ben Shapiro for the record. I didn't realize that Ben Shapiro was doing this, but I guess if that's the case, then fair enough. And I said, okay, cool. This changes a lot then. Thanks, man. No worries. I saw your video and definitely wanted to look into things. And then we proceeded to have a friendly conversation about reviewing records and, of course, things that have gone on within our lives and so on and so forth. So basically, what I am doing now is I'm essentially giving out an apology. My passionate rant was passionate. I literally was going based on a link that I saw from Loudwire and several other websites that once it came right down to it, I was in the wrong. 100%. And, when you're in the wrong, you got to make a follow-up. And I even stated in that video that if all of this is hokey, or if it comes out as hokey, that I'll do a follow-up. And here I am doing a follow-up. Now, a lot of people are probably going to think, well, are you just doing this because Brady told you so? Well, no, Brady didn't tell me shit. I'm doing this on my own accord. And I think when you make a mistake, to further grow, you kind of have to really hone back. And I didn't want to... It's not that I didn't want to make the video. I made the video out of anger and out of frustration and everything else that's going on. So, with that being said, I kind of don't take back what I said about Zuckerberg, because Zuckerberg's kind of an idiot when it comes to a lot of things. Some of these things that I mentioned, like the pedophilia and my friends being blocked for a day or whatever it was because of nudity, which had nothing to do with nudity. I do apologize to him by basically saying that you're taking away our rights as artists. So the one thing I will definitely say in regards to this is that when it comes to local bands putting up their own stuff and helping get on Facebook and their stuff being deleted, as long as it's yours, you're good. You're 100% good. Like, we can share our stuff for our YouTube stuff at any point in time, because it's going to be licensed. It's going to be our copyrighted and trademarked things. For my side project, once I get it going, my Doomstoner sludge band, once I can get that going, yeah, it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be, there's gonna be a page created after we get some stuff kind of down, some demos and stuff, some fun videos of us jamming and having a good time, and just whatever, putting stuff out on YouTube, etc., etc., etc. The one thing I do want to reiterate, and I spoke to Marcus Marshall about this as well, regarding, and I just like, yeah, man, this is what's going on. I think before you know, we're not going to be able to do shit. And he's like, man, I think this gets reversed. And I think what he was going through was he's like, it seems kind of shitty, but let's hope that it's not shitty. So my rant was uncalled for. It was clickbait. And after doing some more discussions with several other people, I was in the wrong. I guess you could say I was kind of, at the time, I was in sort of not, I wouldn't say I was in the right. Some people would say that it came from a good place because I'm just trying to protect my friends from losing, losing what they worked so fucking hard to achieve. So I really do hope that this video is the one that really makes, or that really is, it's like we're hey, this is not going to happen and we're going to be good to go. So if you happen to want to share a post from, say Mastodon or The Obsessed, make sure you're doing it from a legitimate link. Otherwise, they're going to take it down. And you know what? If it's to save people's intellectual property, and at the end of the day, bands are able to share their stuff and other people are able to share their stuff from legitimate sites, say like the Obsessed webpage or Crowbar's webpage or whatever. If we're sharing it from something where the credit's going to go back to the band, I think that's a good thing overall in the end. So as I say, I want to apologize for that part, but I don't apologize for calling him what I called him regarding to the other section of things. So you live, you learn, you grow, and you just got to make sure that you're doing all this from a good place. Thank you very much, guys. Hope you watch this video. Leave me a comment. Appreciate all the love and support. You guys rule. Thank you very much.